Good morning and welcome back to Bloomfield Farm. Gonna get out here this morning and check on a few things and make sure things have worked and all our animals have survived. Oh, they're up to 100% health already. Wicked. Nearly got a full tray of eggs as well. That is awesome. Field looks like it's starting out. Okay, soybeans. So I want to put canola back in here because that's what was here when we first started. It was a bad setup. No fertilizer, no nothing. And we still got 80 grand. I think it was like 2100. Yeah, about that 2157, 2192. So I'm just sort of keen to see, once it's done properly, what the difference is. The money has definitely come in handy, like it's been great. So we might jump in the old 4755 turbo power wagon. Ooh. And we'll grab our seeder. We've got lime down now, so that's gonna, one thing it didn't have before, lime and fertilizer. So let's get this started. We'll jump on cruise control. If there's anything good in the store or any good contracts up for today. Oops, wrong button. On cruise control, not worker. Alright, so what do we got in the store this morning? Hasn't really been updated. I think it happens about 11 o'clock. I could be wrong. But it tends to keep the same stuff there till about 10 or 11 and then it should change over. So we'll check it again after that. Got to keep our eye on some stuff. I want to also get a baler. Ooh, missed a bit there. I'm also still keen to clear these trees out, just so we got a bit more room. I do like how it's sort of, it's distinction between the fields, but at the same time, it looks a bit jumpy and wumbly in there, so it's still going to be, you're still going to be able to tell the difference. It's just, yeah, we might be able to go a little bit wider if we can level it out enough. Alright, that should be good. Let's get our other beast of a tractor, this little thing. And let's see if it can pull the cultivator. This cultivator is a pain. When it's folded up, you can't undo it. You can't drop it. So you got to pick it up, fold it up, bring it out, unfold it. It is what it is, I guess. I'm wondering if we put get this a bit closer to the edge. And we actually dig this back up and turn it into a field so it's level. Like we can. The chickens are still going to roam it, but at least it's going to look more like a legit field again. That is my thoughts anyway. At least that way then it's sort of all the same. Yeah, that's what we're doing this morning. We're getting some fields prepped. Have a quick look, see if there's any good contracts. 18 grand, field 54. Which one is 54? We're still learning, so that's not too bad. We could probably do that. We'll get our field sorted out first, and then yeah, I think we'll try and snag that one up, get some more extra cash in. We do have our wheat to sell. Has the prices of that gone up? Okay, so we're starting to get a little bit of fluctuations in the map. So hopefully in a few months it'll all level out and we'll know good months and bad months. It's only like $18 difference at the moment anyway. It's about 40 grand's worth of feed sitting there. Alright, well we might jump into a bit of a time lapse, get this thing knocked out, and yeah, give it a lime, give it some seed, give it a roll, and move on to the next one. Hello and welcome back. I'm just coming over this part for some reason because the lime was there. Let's turn some of it like the other stage of cultivation, so I'm just going to run over the edge of it here where it's still bad. Missed the top in that part in that top corner. And I've also taken on a contract. It's worth about 10 grand doing some canola. Figure we'll top that up. That can help offset the worker that we had and keep our cash flowing in. We still have that wheat to sell, but I haven't sold that yet. Just not really we're not dire straits for cash, so. But I am looking at getting ourselves a bigger cultivator, because this thing has taken hours. So we might see what's available out there. I know it's only a small horsepower tractor. But yeah, we'll get it done. It's clean, it's tidy. We're gonna throw some lime down on it, and then we're gonna seed it. So, what is this worth to sell? 15 grand. We don't need one again yet because we're not going to be cultivating for a bit, but I think we could probably get away with pulling something like that. I don't think we'll be able to pull 370 horsepower. Our other green tractor's got more horsepower, so we could do something like that, but that's 100 grand. That's 7.5 meters. What are we now? 5. An extra 2 meters will make a pretty big difference. Because our seeder, I think, 6 meters, and that gets done a lot faster, so. 6 meters. I think the cocoon one is something that we'll probably get next. It's just going to make it easier. You know what? Let's sell it now so we don't forget about it. And then when it comes time, we can buy the next one. We don't need to cultivate anything moving forward at the moment, so that isn't an issue. Let's jump over and check on the other track one. He's getting probably one more scoop into here off this fill, and then we can take it and sell it. There is a lot of contracts out at the moment, so I'm just sort of, I don't want to do too many. Well, that one's a good one, but it probably cost a fortune in fertilizer. There is a lot. That one might be not too bad. 54 is a pretty big field though. But we're not dire for cash right now, so I'm not gonna pump heaps of contracts through the game. If we need to buy something and we're not, you know, once we've got none of our own field work and stuff to do, I'm pretty sure we can do some contracts to make up for that. This one needs to go to Johnson's Farmers Market. See how that works. Come on, fella. Alright. Let's get this lime down. So we can start throwing something in here. I'm not sure what to put in here really. I haven't thought about that yet. What's going on with this? Well, it's not the speed. Something's not working. I don't have precision farming or anything turned on, so no idea. Look at that, the grass has grown back for the chickens. What the heck is going on there? Let's unhitch it and rehitch it and see if we can figure that out. Or actually, I'll put it on the other tractor. This is a modded tractor, maybe there's something interfering. We'll try the other tractor first and see if that fixes it. If not, that's as good as it's going to get. But so far, everything's turning out okay. Just have to work out what we're going to put in here. We do have, I mean, we did do the wheat. Didn't get a whole lot out of it at all. There is soybeans in that field there, and we are going to put canola in the field behind us. So, once we get a bit of cash, I wouldn't mind doing potatoes. The potato production pack's pretty cool, so wouldn't mind throwing that in on the map. Keeps you busy, and it allows you to, like, the eggs and things like that. It's not... Okay, maybe it was a tractor. This will overlap those issues there. It's wicked, it's working now. It must just be the tractor because it's a bit faster. There is a mod you can put a huge motor in that thing that'll do 200 kilometers an hour. But we've just got the standard one, doing 75, so maybe that's interfering with each other. I don't know. But it's working now. Let's go and check on this other tractor. Yep, they're getting where they got to go. Thing's nearly full already. Yeah, this will be finished shortly. We'll pop back then. And while I'm waiting for those to finish off, I might hook the seeder up to this one. And we'll start throwing some canola in. This is only a small seeder, but it doesn't take that long. It's actually bigger than the cultivator. So, you know, we can live with this seeder for a little while. We see one... I don't mind buying this stuff if it's got 40, 50 hours on it, because the maintenance isn't as costly as buying a tractor that's got 30, 40 hours on it. So, right, let's set this to canola. Lower, and let's go. Why is it doing that? Oh well, doesn't matter. It's still putting the seed down, so I might throw this into a bit of a time lapse, and we will see you very shortly. Alright, we're on the last run for our contract, which is good. Then we can take this and get sold. We've still got our machinery. Where is it? I've lost ourselves. I could see it before from where we were. Over there you go. That's our farm. The cedar is going up and down, almost finished. The rollers are on the job, so I just left the worker there with the rollers for a minute. Come over here and get this finalised. Get ourselves some extra cash. We have to go to Johnson's Farmers Market, which is there. Target, so we can get to it. We'll go and get this all delivered and sold and see what we can make on top. Hopefully there's a few extra 1,000 litres there for us. Seeder's almost done. The roller's catching up though. Scooting along. Okay, let's get this thing on the road. So it'll do 55, but this thing's pretty full, so not sure how little Kubota's going to handle it, but we'll wind it up. We'll get it down there. It's been a great map so far. There hasn't been any glitches, any dramas. I'm surprised. And I'm used to, I like playing the big open maps and adding all my own stuff in. Having the contracts here is just like a little bit of a bonus. It means that, you know, the episodes can move a little bit faster, I guess. Because instead of sort of searching for things to do, I can always, or so far, I've been able to jump in and just grab a contract. But you know, that could, some months of the year there might not be any. So obviously we can't take that for granted either. How do we get out of here? It looks like it's just all bush straight ahead. That didn't do us any favours. Off-road in the Kubota. Into a tree. We're going to get wedged in between them ones. No, made it out. Wicked. Except for that. You're getting caught on the trees above, is it? No, made it. I thought we were going to have to reverse all the way out of there and get that cleaned up, but we made it. So there is another farm down here on the right that you can purchase as well. That's like the rich farm expensive, plus the field next to it, field 25 is expensive as well. Yeah, that's it in there. Looks nice, but set back off the road. I like this one here with the like the old abandoned barn and the older buildings. That barn there is awesome. I love it. I'm thinking if if you could buy that and use that shed on your property, like I'd love to put that in on mine. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Another 29,000 litres. Hopefully there's a little bit of extra cushion in there for us. It says we own that land there too. We'll have to have a look at that. The grass field. That might be a good one. Silage and baling. I thought this thing was right just there next to the shop, but it's not. I haven't found any collectibles yet, I don't think. I haven't been keeping my eye out either, but there's been so much going on, it's been sort of just good to watch, good to look. What's that? Oh, that looks like a spinnery. Here we are. I love that the mirrors are actually working on this map too. Some maps they don't. Some equipment they don't, I guess, but... Let's see how we go. There's going to be my a little bit. There we go. Made an extra 18 grand in sold products. And if we finish that contract up, that'll give us another 10. A 9.4 because we use their equipment. Wicked. Super handy. Alright, the seeder is all finished. Now we just got to wait on the roller. I was going to look at doing the other big field today, but we might leave that till tomorrow, so we're not rushing everything. I know they're not all going to be the same crop type or the same harvest date. And even if I lay them out one day apart, they're probably still going to all need to be harvested on the same day. But that's something that we'll deal with when it happens, I think. I need to upgrade this tractor soon. She's a bit of a pain. Brakes keep locking up, doesn't like running some of the attachments. But I think we might duck down and have a look at getting ourselves a baler. But first, we might hook up to this mower, see how it works, make sure it's gonna work, and mow some of this field that we have down here and tidy up around the property. All this grass is mowable too if we need extra. But for now I think what we'll do is we'll just do this field that we have. And maybe get a baler that wraps as well. Do some silage, make us some extra cash for now. And keep the fields going. There you go, it's on. Rough the field a little bit there, but I think it doesn't really matter because that's our grass as well. Not going to be as big a yield, but we're still going to get grass from it. But there's heaps, like, I mean, we own a fair bit of land, so we've got a fair bit of grass laying around that we can do. But I figure while we got this grass field here, we can keep it fertilised, keep it trimmed, make some extra cash off it for now. And when it comes time to, you know, put in some more animals or something, maybe they can go in this greener pasture. Yeah, we could whack a cow place or something, sheep down here in this area pretty easily. It's not really worthwhile making it into a field, like for crops. It's not really big enough when we've got, you know, a few big fields there already, so. I I think I wouldn't mind trying to purchase field 15 just there near us. That would be handy. Handy dandy, nice and close, and just help us expand a little. I'm not sure on the price, and that's probably like 200 grand or something. Number 5 would be good, but that's probably out of our price range right now. Yeah, 200 grand almost. That one is 200 grand. 300, so maybe we look at getting 18 and 19. We could just get 10 and 11. I'm not sure, but either way, we need to save up some cash so we can start expanding our farm area. I'm going to keep mowing the grass. But we'll get back to you shortly once we decide what baler we're going to get. And also we need to get ourselves a windrower. So we'll go and check on that other land down there too to see if that's ours. And if it is, we might mow that and bale that as well. Maybe we lease a bigger baler this time around, and then once we've made the money, we can buy ourselves the baler we need. There is one that you can get that's a baler with a trailer attachment for the wrapper. And there's also the Kubota and the fast bale that does the smaller bales. And you can wrap them at the same time. So might be something that we can look at there. But let's get this chopped down first and see what else we can do. Alright, we're back on our field we never knew that existed. Just mowing the grass. I'll flick a worker on quickly and we'll have a look. So we're going to need a windrower and a few bits and pieces. Where are we? There we go. Got a few downloaded. Those things would be wicked, but they way more horsepower than we have. So that's not an option. This thing does 6 meters. Does 8 meters. 8 meters. We haven't got a whole big area. I'm thinking we just get something like that's pretty decent size, but it's 8 meters compared to 6. I think we're just going to go this one in all honesty. And then we can wrangle everything up and put it in some usable lines. And also baler. We may just hire one, as much as I don't like hiring. It's not a survival series, so I mean we could use one of these things. About a fast bale. Like on fast bale, well, the same thing. Get some black and green happening. I reckon that's what we're going to get because our tractor can run that easily. We're going to lease that. And we will start clearing that stuff out. I think that's going to be the easiest, cheapest way for us to get it all done. And I mean, having a windrower is going to be handy. We can use it for wheat, and I mean, we may need a bigger one if we're going to start doing. That's pretty. It works pretty well. If we are going to start doing like our straw and things like that, but for now, on this field and the one that we've got up at our farm, this is going to be perfectly fine. So. We can get all this done up. I don't think it's adjustable. I think it's just how it is. Yep. And then the fast baler, we can use it to make silage bales or just standard grass bales. There's no need to make grass or straw bales at the moment because we don't have any animals that need it. Moving forward, we definitely will. So that's why I haven't bought one yet. once we get a tractor with a bit more power, I would like to try the ones with the windrower on the front. Would be super handy. And also, hopefully this tractor that we're using can actually lift them. We may have to buy a rear weight for it to sort that out, but yeah, that's what we're up to. So there's some grass work. I don't really want to get into logging. Maybe we'll do some later on when we can expand and buy some log fields, but for now I think this is just the, you know, get this cleared up, get it sold off. Might give us enough cash to buy a I think we've got enough cash to buy a bigger cultivator right now, in all honesty. But as it's not the season where we're going to need it, I think we can use the money a bit more wisely on other equipment that we're going to need. Maybe a bigger tractor, things like that. So a vehicle to drive around the area. Get ourselves a truck or a ute just to go back and forwards and get things done. Shouldn't be an issue. We just gotta keep at it, keep working, keep chugging away, and it's gonna be done. That worker should be finished. I'm not sure what he's doing, but okay, he's just gonna remow where I just windrowed. A bit silly. But I mean, at least he's trying. Just, you know, money's tight these days, so the extra few minutes always pay off. If he's finished now. Yep, good job. So that's what we're doing. Like, I mean, yeah, nothing too exciting. Does that do anything? That's just the front. There's a ram there, so maybe I thought maybe you could move it in so you could do a tighter, smaller row. But doesn't look like it. And moving forward, like if we get enough cash and buy the BGA, and we're going to keep doing silage and grass for that, we can always get ourselves like a forage wagon. There is the Reberi, which is like a forage wagon with a mower on the front of it. That's pretty good, that thing. There's the TARDIS forage wagon. They're pretty cheap. I think they've just had an update, so now instead of, I think it was 2 meters they used to collect, now it's 4 meters, so they shouldn't leave the patches of grass all over the place anymore. But there is a lot of good things to come out, and plus there's all the productions and things now that we get with the expansion, the Silver Run Forest. So, you know, there's a lot of productions we can put in that we've never used before. And this map being as big as it is, like, it should be easy to, well, not easy, but it should be easier to run a successful farm, because there is productions here already that we can purchase. We're not spending money straight away like if we were on No Man's Land or Western Wilds to set a whole town up. But that's what I was thinking about using this land for. You know, you could probably put 2 or 3 productions in here. We could put in a grain mill. We could put in the potato production facility. Whatever. We could put in one of them silage huts, which I was thinking about putting into. The red, I think it's a red production building it's called. You can make your own seed. You can make your own mixed ration, silage. Once we've got the BGA, we can use a digestate in there to make fertilizer. So this makes you a lot more self-sufficient. Lime, for some reason, on this map costs a fortune. So, you know, we could put rocks in there. We could turn all the rock stuff on the fields. As we're cultivating, we can. I've got that off at the moment because we don't have the tools to do it. And I just wanted the best yield we can. So, like I said, once we get a bit of cash and we can afford a rock picker, well, that's something that we could do and turn back on. So that's the plans, is just to chug along. Tomorrow we will need to reseed our field, the big one, and we'll have to fertilize the other 2 fields that we've already seeded. By then we should have a couple of pallets of eggs, or at least one. So that's something else that we can use to make some cash. We've also still got all that wheat sitting there that if we need to buy anything we can, which I was just thinking, just right then I'm thinking we should have sold that and bought the baler. This tractor's well, come on buddy. This tractor's 150 horsepower, 175 horsepower, sorry, and I think the baler 150, so let's have a look and see if it pulls it. Wouldn't mind picking up a contract here on 45 or 47 there, 48. There's some nice fields. Let's unfold that. Turn on automatic drop. We cannot change the size of the bales in this, unfortunately. But luckily, it's a small, I mean not luckily, but it's a smallish size anyway, so it means that this machine should be able to pick them up. Or we can also purchase ourselves like an auto load bale trailer. Well, it's running it. I don't think we're going to get a whole heap off this grass because it wasn't fertilized or anything. But the thing I love about this is it's like the square balers. You do not have to stop. It just does its thing. It pops that first bit out into the back, it finishes off, pops it out, and while it's popping it out, it starts collecting in the front again. So super handy. That was the only thing I used to hate about the round balers, the round auto balers, is you had to keep stopping. And it sort of made it like a pain in the bum, like a big chore. Whereas this, why isn't it dropping? Turn on automatic drop. So yeah, that's why I like this one. It just lets you keep doing your thing, lets you keep chugging along and going around, and you can get it done. So I'm going to keep wrapping some bales and we'll get back to you when we're heading up to the top farm. Okay, welcome back to the top farm. We're just here collecting all the bales. Between both fields we are at almost 30. So that's not too bad. I didn't show me windrowing it because we spent so much time down on the bottom one doing that earlier. But it's getting late in the day. There's rain due, so I want to try and get this all done. I have purchased a auto load trailer that is on its way up here now, which is a bit silly. I probably should have picked up the ones from down there first. But yeah, I just thought we'll send it up here, we'll get it done. These can all be stacked up neatly somewhere until they are ready to be sold. Once they are actually silage, I think we can pretty much, if we wanted to, we could drop them into our silo anyway and they will just stay silage. So not a huge deal. We have plenty of room for storage at the moment, so I'm not complaining at all. This wrapper's a bit of a perler, does its job. It's good for these tight little spots. If I had some big open fields, I possibly would look at getting the one with the bale trailer behind it, or the bale wrapper behind it, but this one works really, really well on smaller spots, and we're only, look how close we are to getting another one. I don't think there's enough laying around to get 15% more grass. There is plenty of grass I can mow, but it's just like, let's see what we got laying around over here. I think we got most of it, so we might just have to leave this until the, well, we can't actually because this is only a lease. That's a bit of a bummer. Almost a full bale, that's a lot of literage. Maybe we should just mow a little patch, pick it up to fill it up. It's almost 4,000 litres. What's that worth? That's not cheap. Silage. It's not actually that much at the moment, is it? Yeah, it's only a couple of $1,000. I thought silage. Okay. I thought silage was worth a lot more than that, but seems like it isn't. So that baler can now be returned. We don't need it anymore today. I'll put this inside. Give it a quick bath while we're waiting for this trailer to turn up. Of course, the quickie attachment, that's only a Q4. Not sure if that would actually lift the bales anyway. We could probably try, but now we've got the auto load trailer, it's not really needed. The mud off that. Because it's a separate piece, you got to wash that and wash this separately, otherwise it won't get clean. Looks pretty good to me. Where is our trailer? Made it. Oops. So let's turn this on. We can pick up our bales and then we'll get the ones from down the bottom farm, the bottom grass paddock, which will soon be eventually one day productions. I might have a look around and see what if there's any cheapish grass fields and things like that, because just the money you get from silage is basically free once you know, it wouldn't take a whole lot to pay off the equipment. Should have had a look to see how many bales we had, because I don't know if it's, I may as well unload these before driving down there in case we've got more than 15 bales. We'll unload these here. Dunk. Ah, don't fall over. Just play nice. Stay there. Or not. That's okay. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, so let's go down. We'll grab these last bales before it gets dark. And get this day signed off. It's been a bit productive. We've still got another field to do tomorrow. And we're going to have to look at getting, hopefully by tomorrow, the silage can sell that extra cash. Plus, if we need to, we've got the wheat. So we can get ourselves like a fertilizer. We do have that lime spreader which can spread fertilizer too, I guess. We can just plonk some big bags on the back of our in the back of our trailer, on the back of this. I just don't think this one doesn't have straps on it. So that's a bit of a bummer. This would be a perfect little flatbed to put things like that on, unfortunately. I wonder what used to be there, maybe a gas station or something. Pretty cool map. I noticed it popped back up in my feed on the list of mods again recently because it must have had some updates, and I'm like, I don't know why I didn't play this one when it came out. Maybe there was issues, or I was on just starting on Western Wilds or something, I can't remember. But yeah. Reset. Turn that to operating position. And we can pick up our grass down here. I wonder what these ones are worth. They're not really... The main thing I would be interested in is, can you actually, once you buy it, can you delete the buildings on it? You know, if we wanted to extend our production area, because some of the buildings are derelict and run down, can we actually sell them and turn them into fields, or turn it into production points? Yeah, see, lucky we emptied this trailer, we wouldn't have fitted all these on. Only missed out by one maybe, I think. There we go. Transporting position, but yeah, I mean, maybe before I close the game out today. Let's So you got these little ones here. So let's have a quick look while we're on the subject so I don't forget about it. But you've got these little ones, 59.60, like they're cheap. This is a pretty cool area. Are any of them houses on property that we own? That is the question. Let's have a look. Doesn't look like you can demolish them. Which is sort of cool, but sort of sucks. There's also collectibles we've got to... If we see any, we'll grab them. That's a nice area. But it's cool, there's this little area stashed away everywhere, like that's... I think this is a viable farming here. There's... It looks like horses. There's another one with cattle, another one with sheep. I think the one that we had on it originally was pigs. But the building was run down, so they must have put chickens in instead. But it's a beautiful map, like there's some nice big open fields, but then you got the forestry that separates it all. Makes it look like it's a totally different thing. Houses just locked away in behind the trees. Nice detail. Nice big weird shaped farms. I think we're going to have a bit of fun. There's that river there. We haven't needed water yet, but that's something that we haven't really put in. We haven't really put in any greenhouses or anything. Big wind farm out the back there. So yeah, I mean, I like starting up at this corner of the map. We're sort of close to everything besides the shop. Made it. I definitely would love to buy a field 5, 6, 7, and 11. These ones over here. So if need be, we'll start doing some contracts here and there. Get everything, get some cash built up and buy some more land. Try and pick up this one that's fallen over. If we can make a tidier stack. There you go, look, we missed out by 2. But if we're careful, we can unload them behind them and make it look like it was meant to be. Oh, that's good. Well, let's see if we can get out of there without losing him. Wicked. Alright, we'll throw this up behind our silo for now because we'll need to use that tomorrow to transport them onto the sails. There we go. So yeah, we can... That lime we should be able to empty out and fill up with fertilizer instead, I guess. That's all we got for today. That's it. It's getting a bit dark. We're going to finish up this map today, and yeah, thank you for watching. And if you like what you've seen so far, maybe give us a like and a sub. Leave a comment below if you need to. You got anything you want to say about what we could do next, what we could do on this map, what you've noticed about it. Check our description for our socials. And we will see you on the next one. Thanks again.